Today's December 29th, I think. And this morning, I woke up before dawn. It's really misty and cool outside. And I exercised and I cleaned some and I worked on my work. I'm writing the last chapters of the Goddess Glow online course right now. And what else did I do? Some other various puttering around stuff. Meditated, did Reiki, all my normal morning stuff, made a smoothie, and then got right back into bed because that's all I wanted to do. And then as I was laying here, I was kind of pulling some oracle cards. Last night was the new moon, so I did a pretty involved ritual last night, just setting some intentions for what I wanted to release, for what I wanted to manifest as 2017 comes in. And the reason I'm recording this is because I was laying here in bed and I was on my Instagram and I was looking at a feed that I just became aware of like a week or two ago, and it's so legit. And I'm really kind of picky about who I follow on social media, mostly just because I don't like to spend much time on social media, especially because I have to be on it to hang out with you guys in this way. So I tend to keep the people I follow very, very low. I only follow a couple people who I don't personally know. And this woman's name on Instagram, in case you guys want to find her, is Modern Day Wise Woman. Super legit, powerful. Anyways, so I was looking at her feed and she was talking about Saint Germain. And so it occurred to me that I've never shared my experiences with Saint Germain. And now I'm thinking that should probably be something that goes in Starseed Wilding, the book I'm writing. There's so much that needs to go in. It's so much fun to write a book, to like pull everything, especially a memoir book, because like you pull all this random stuff that's happened in your life and craft it and reweave it and figure out how to tell it so it makes sense, etc., etc. So anyways, Saint Germain, for those of you guys who don't know who he is, he's a ascended master. He was an alchemist and he did a bunch of cool stuff. You could really shift this the description to look at a bunch of different things, but the way I used him, I worked with him, was for energy work. And he is in charge, I guess you could say, of something called the violet flame, or the violet fire. And it's a visualization of sending kind of liquidy violet flame through whatever it is you're talking about, thinking about, person, place, or thing, and it doesn't hurt it. It actually completely transmutes, heals, clears, transmutates, fixes everything, right? That's the idea of this violet flame. It just blasts through everything and makes it better, makes it cleaner, makes it healthier, makes it more love, whatevs. So I'm driving along one day. This is back in 2012. I was getting a divorce. And so I am a creature of love. I fall in love a lot and I learn through relationships. And I don't ever really mean to. It just kind of happens. And so, as usually happens during this divorce, during this breakup that I was having back then, I had to pull out the big guns, because it's all easy to be full of light and harmony when things are easy. But when things are hard, that's when we get put to the test. So, as I always do when I go through a difficult time, I was pulling out all my tricks and tools and using them to make my life something that I wanted to live, even in the pain of what was going on. So I was calling the violet flame a lot, violet fire a lot, Saint Germain. And he came to me. And as what happens when most non-physical beings come to me, whether they be gods or fae or other dimensional beings, he was just chill. They don't usually come in with a ton of pomp and drama. I mean, once in a while they will, especially if like a big intense angel comes down, or if you see like Mother Mary or some one time Apuash, the Mayan god, came to me and it was super intense. And so sometimes it can happen like that, but generally they're just like buddies, just homies that come and talk to you. And so he just popped in for just a moment and his energy felt very kind and focused and yeah, like focused. And he said, well, you can use mine if you want, but you have your own. And then he just kind of peaced out. And so I thought about that for a while. I was like, really? I have my own magical light work. I mean, honestly, between you and I think that everyone does. But that was the first time it had occurred to me that I didn't have to use something someone else had made. And so I started to look around for it energetically. I was like, well, what would it look like? What is it? What is it? And finally, what came to me was that it was white, light, really iridescent, rainbowy, kind of opalescent, diamondy. And when you used it, it just made you perfectly impervious. It cleared everything out in a different way than the violet flame. This one was more punchy, kind of, and more sparky, but not painful in that way. It was still gentle and soothing. It just was kind of like if you don't ever have caffeine and then you have a cup of coffee, how you're just like on supercharged turbo and impervious and clear and powerful and focused and lucky. And I realized after a little while of visualizing this thing that it's the same look for sure and feel as when you're playing the old school Super Mario Brothers and when we were kids, and he would eat the star. And he would all of a sudden become sparkly and iridescent and run around and nothing could get him, and he was going fast. And that's always when you're also kind of lucky too, controlling the character. And I realized that's what it was. And then that, of course, made me laugh a ton because of my whole starseed thing. So that was funny. But yeah, that's my experience with Saint Germain. I'd like to tell you guys, if there's anyone that you have on your altars in your mind, heart, or physically, anything that you look up to, any kinds of beings that you consider guides to you on your path, you can call them in and talk to them. It doesn't have to be a few degrees removed. In fact, that's an issue that I have with many conventional religions. Not all of them, and I'm not hating on conventional religion. It's beautiful. It's got its place. I'm just kind of doing another thing this lifetime. And one of the beefs I have with conventional religion is that some of them will tell you that you can't directly connect to God. You have to go through someone else or something else or this book or this practice or whatever, as if we're not all divine beings, right? So you can always go directly to the source. In fact, that's what you should do. In fact, that's what we're here to do. And so if you wonder anything, want to know anything, oracle cards and divination and pendulums and psychics and readers are all wonderful. But you don't need any of that shit. All you need is this, and focus and desire. Anyway, seeing you guys, lots of love. Oh, businessy thing. Every class I offer, I want to say somewhere around 9 to 12 available right now on my website. Until January 1st is on sale for $11.11. I like to do that once or twice a year because I just kind of like to tithe in that way. So yeah, if you're curious about what I do, I know some of you guys have been asking me what I do for a living. Well, most of what I do for a living is teach online classes. So go to my website, which is karismelina.com. I'll put it in the link in the bio thing of this video, the info, you know what I mean. And yeah, I'm sending you guys lots of love over the holidays. May the last few days of this year be staggeringly beautiful. And may they bring lots of awesomeness that you may not even expect. I don't know what that means, but when it happens, write it down so that you'll know next time that you're feeling however you're feeling now, that you can trust and you know that things work out. Okay. See you later.